There are some iconic names in the world. Cher, LeBron, Steph, Jack, Kobe, and then we got Tank. He only needs one name. Tank. That's our guy from Special Olympics in Texas, Tank, who has been one of our biggest celebrities on 24 Hours Nothing But Net. How you doing, bud?
I'm good, enjoying this beautiful weather and just getting ready to get my workout in.
Tank, I think I get a text from you probably 3 or 4 times a week, showing me your workouts, sending me videos of you playing basketball, how hard you're working to stay healthy. Tell me why you enjoy working out so much.
Because I want to live longer and I want to live a healthy life and inspire you and everybody around the world that, with people with this any type of disability that wants to work out and inspire them to, just keep yourself in shape and, just live longer and live a healthy life. And, that's what I've been doing and I'm going to keep doing as long as as long as I'm alive.
Tank, Special Olympics has always played an important role in your life. And every time we have you on our live stream, you always share with us why. Tell us why it's so important for all the things that you just said through sport to stay healthy.
Well, I think it's important that, when you're doing, depending on what sport you're doing, you always want to keep yourself in shape. I mean, I know that there are athletes out there may not have transportation to go to the gym or any, depending on where you live or what location you're at. But look, it's something I love going to the gym, playing basketball, doing my treadmill, doing any ellipticals or anything that will keep me going and motivate myself and just try to, keep grinding. And, I never back down. I'll keep fighting and just keep doing what I'm doing and just try to inspire a lot of people and inspire you and everybody that I'm going to keep inspire everybody and not give up and just keep doing what I love and just keep enjoying what I enjoy the most.
That's one thing that I do admire, and I am inspired by you because you never do give up. You're always trying to do something more or better. That's one of the things that I really enjoy about you. No matter what level you are as an athlete, you can always do a little bit more. You can do one more rep, or you can spend a little bit more time in the gym, or you can give 2 more minutes on the treadmill, right? Those are things, that's where your mindset is. That's the mindset of a competitive athlete, don't you think?
Yeah, I think for me, Debbie, is that, and I know I said this to you before, but I'll say it again. Look, I'm very competitive. You know, I, I want to win gold every time. Now, sometimes I'm not going to get gold. I mean, but at the end of the day, I just want to, work out hard, just get myself ready, and just try to keep myself. I mean, I always will always give my 100% effort every tournament I play. And I know that some of these athletes, I mean, I want everyone to, be aggressive like me, just staying active and just try to, but sometimes athletes, I believe all athletes do have that killer instincts in them that will like to win. But for me, I just, I want to compete, I want to just try to win and just do what I can. And look, I mean, win or lose, look, we're all winners regardless. I mean, at the end of the day, I will give my best effort every tournament I play. Of course, I have the Special Olympics soccer tournament this coming weekend. I got to prepare for, and being a goalie as well, and just looking forward to this weekend. And but I'll give everything I got, and but after the tournament's done, I'll be right back at the gym. Try to get better. I mean, there's always, every sport I play, there's always going to be weakness. There's going to be my strongest. Not every sport I'm going to be perfect at, but at the end of the day, as long as I'm enjoying sports I love, that's all that matters. I'm going to keep grinding and do what I can to help my team win.
Tank, I think there are people out there that don't understand how hard Special Olympic athletes work to prepare. Like you are spending a good portion of your day getting ready, but also They don't understand that sometimes things don't go your way. You might not get exactly what you want, but that doesn't keep you from trying harder. What's the lessons that you have learned through obstacles or challenges or even failure?
Well, I just think that, it's all about learning experience. There's times where, we may not always get what we want. I mean, unfortunately, I text you, a week ago or a day or so, or a few days ago that was not selected for the Special Olympics Team Texas Unified Tryouts
Mhm.
since next year is going to be at 2026 Minnesota. Unfortunately, I was not selected. It was a disappointment for me, but I think it's going to motivate me. I think, of course, I have to wait for another 4 years for that, but I just think that, there's nothing I can do, but the only thing I can do for you and everybody I love is that I'm gonna keep going to gym and inspire you and everybody that, there's a lot of opportunities out there for me. And I think there's always hope. There's always goodness in this that I will, get ready for next time. And, but at the end of the day, there's always learning experience, it, no matter what place you come in, there's always improvement that we can do. I mean, I know for me, I'm always, I try to, for me personally, there's sport. I mean, all sports I do, I do take it seriously, but at the end of the day, it's all about enjoying the competition and be around with your athletes and do your best, regardless who wins and who comes in first or second or third any place. But for me, just try to enjoy every moment of it, and there's there's gonna be some ups and downs in competition, but I just think at the end of the day, you want to give it all you got, and regardless what happens, win or lose, we're all winners again, and we'll learn from it and get better for the next time.
Well, we all have setbacks. Everyone has setbacks. Not everything goes our way all the time, but it's your attitude and your work ethic that can bring you out of it. You always seem to have a good attitude, Tank. I know there's times where you text me where something didn't go your way, but you always come back with a positive attitude about what you're going to do to be better. I just love that. That's why we're friends, because that's the way you inspire me. I inspire you. That's why we text all the time. Uh, when you have an opportunity in front of you, how do you keep that competitive mindset and that attitude in the right spot?
I just think that going to gym and staying motivated and get prepared for any sport that I'll be playing, and just try to take it one day at a time and just see what happens going forward. And just trying to keep myself healthy, and just try to do my best to not only to support everybody and inspire a lot of people that just try to make people happy. And look, it's you know and one thing I always tell myself, don't take life for granted. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities out there for you, and just do what you can and do what makes you happy, and don't let anything stop you for doing something you love. You're gonna have moments in life that you're not gonna get what you want, but at the end of the day, as long as you give it your 100%, give it all you got, that's all that matters, and that's what I've been doing, and I'm gonna continue to do that.
Tank, if there were some, and I know there are some young Special Olympic athletes, some of the little kids that look up to you, that you're a role model for them, what are some important things that you're doing to show these little kids that they need to make sure they stay healthy and stay involved in Special Olympics?
Well, I just think that no matter what your age is, you want to, if you were to sign up for Special Olympics, it's going to take a while to get to get into your groove to what you're gonna get yourself into. But at the end of the day, when you join Special Olympics, you're gonna enjoy it. I mean, I've been doing it for 24 years now, and I know it changed a lot since I started in 2001. I know it's a lot different now than it was back in those days, but I know with all the social media now and everything, all media going on, it's like you'll love it, and Special Olympics will it will impact your life. And I think that for those that are going to join, enjoy it, and you're going to love the athletes, you're going to love the volunteers, law enforcement, and your staff, and all the teams you're going to love to you're going to compete against. And that's what I love most about Special Olympics. And you want to inspire people, and you're going to inspire a lot of people like me. And I always tell people, enjoy Special Olympics, because I'm going to keep doing it as long as I want to. If I get older, I'm still gonna do Special Olympics regardless, and I will continue to do what I love, and I will inspire more people to join Special Olympics down the road in the future.
Tank, you are certainly one of my favorite Special Olympic athletes, one of my favorite athletes of all time, just because of how hard you work. I know the daily grind that you're putting in. What would you tell someone that might be considering getting involved in Special Olympics or even donating to 24 Hours Nothing But Net? What would you tell them?
Well, I would tell everybody, look, we will love for those that are watching this to donate for us for Special Olympics, and for 24-hour Nothing But Net for you as well. But it's important for everybody around the world to help us donate Special Olympics, because you know we love to do what we love to do. We love the sports, we love to compete, and for me, I just enjoy being around the athletes I love, compete against everybody, and just you know, and at the end of the day, we're all winners, and we all appreciate for all to donate for us, and that's something I would love for y'all to do, and donate will be appreciated for us, and it's going to impact. Special Olympics will impact your life, I promise you that, and it will. And then if your children, your child want to do Special Olympics, then it will impact their life, and y'all would love it for all the parents out there watching this, and I would appreciate for y'all to donate for us, and that would be much appreciated for that.
Tank, you are a wonderful role model. You are an incredible ambassador, not just for Special Olympics Texas, but for 24 Hours Nothing But Net. We are so honored always to be able to spend some time with you. So thank you for giving us your time and for lending some great advice and some inspiration to all those that are watching.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Debbie. Much love for you and everybody, and I will. Don't worry. Even though I wasn't selected this time, I will. This will motivate me, and I will continue to change the world, and I will keep going, and I won't stop, and I will inspire you and everybody going forward.